I think if you take a look at the Medicaid side of this conversation, the fact is that we're going to be moving illegal aliens off of Medicaid. We're going to be strengthening the program. Those are things that absolutely need to happen. The tax cuts are going to be very, very strong indicators. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, plus we're extending those Trump tax cuts. This is going to help every family in every community all across the country.
Going forward, how much of the big, beautiful bill will be part of the messaging, will be part of the messaging from the RNC?
Well, look, I mean, it is our agenda, right? You know, we won in 2024 because President Trump said that he was going to rebuild our economy. He's going to restore our southern border. He's going to keep our kids and our communities safe, and he's going to make America the strongest country on the planet. This bill is the embodiment of that agenda. Very, very important provisions that we have in there for national security, for energy security, for border security, as well as the tax provision. So, yeah, that's going to be a cornerstone, right? But it's not just everything. We're not just going to take this bill and say, hey, we're done. We're not going to pat ourselves on the back or do a victory lap. The president is still going to go out and work every single day. We need to make sure that we have the trade regime that is going to be in place is one that's going to be fair for America. He's working on that every day. We need regulatory relief at every federal department and agency. That is ongoing every single day. And we're already going to see additional legislation that's coming out of Congress that's going to help rein in spending and make sure that we have the rescissions that we need to have as well.
You won the White House, you won back the Senate, you kept control of the House. That means come midterm time, you're going to be facing political headwinds. What's the strategy?
The strategy is for us to have an environment that is very good for Republicans, that is very good for America. When we have a very strong economy, when the American voters can see that President Trump and the Republicans in the House and the Senate are delivering on the promises that they made and they won with in 2024, that's going to give us the ability to swim upstream and make sure that we're going to expand those majorities in the House and the Senate in 26.
Are Republicans complacent right now? I'm wondering when it comes to fundraising, whether they gave a lot back in the 24 cycle. What's the fundraising looking like so far this cycle?
We're seeing very healthy fundraising because the community that supports the president, that supports Republicans in the House and the Senate, they're seeing that the president and the House and the Senate are delivering right now. So we're seeing very good numbers that have come out from the CLF and the SLF. We're seeing it from the committees themselves. We're seeing very robust fundraising here at the RNC. But we have to keep in mind the Democrats are going to raise a ton of money as well. They always outspend the Republicans. We're going to win because of the environment. We're going to win because we're going to have better candidates running better races, and we're going to focus on the fundamentals that we do at the RNC, which is to get out the vote and protect the ballot.
Someone you know quite well, Senator Tom Tillis, obviously not running for re-election, an open seat in your home state of North Carolina. Obviously, the president's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, her name comes up all the time, but so does yours. Anything you can share about talks with the White House?
Well, I feel very good that we're going to be able to hold on to that seat. We've been winning in that Senate seat down there for decades. The president has won that state 3 times in a row. If Laura Trump decides to move forward, then I think the entire ecosystem would coalesce behind her, including myself. And if she's not going to, then we will sit down with the president and figure out what the next steps are going to be. But overall, I feel very good about our ability to win that state.
And is that race a little special to you since it's North Carolina?
Well, look, I think it's going to be the number one Senate race in the entire country along with Georgia, just because of the number of media markets that we have, the spend that's going to be there, the fact that you've got a hold seat and you've got a pickup seat in Georgia with opportunities for us there. We're also going to have a tough race up in Maine. We're going to have an opportunity to pick up a seat in Michigan. So, there are going to be a number of key races, but that's going to be one of the marquee races in the country.
And finally, we're already seeing early visits, 2028 visits to my home state of New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, you name it, from both parties, not just Democrats. You guys didn't change the calendar in the 24 cycle. The Democrats did. It was controversial. Looking ahead to 28, I know that decision's still off a ways, but any thoughts about changing the calendar or keeping it the way it is?
Well, what I would say is this. At this point, we've not had anybody come to us with a proposal to be able to change the calendar. It has worked very well for us throughout the last several election cycles. So I don't see a lot of pressure at this point to make a change.